I just have to take a deep breath after such an exciting, fun game for our fans, both sides. You're talking about two really, really good teams that competed, up and down game. But, and I have to give credit, I mean, Utah Valley has really, really grown into their own and their identity, and they're a tough team to defend. I mean, they've given everybody a tough game, and they'll be very, very good in our league. And I also have to say this about my group. I have a very, very good team. And we had some adversity in our team. We had some that are out, and we had players step up, and that's what it's all about. And we talk about being ready for the moment, and I felt like we had a lot of players that were ready for the moment. So I have to give a lot of credit to our players. We did not roll over. You see a lot of growth from this group, and these type of moments pay off for us as we move forward into conference play and what we have left. And I'm just going to reiterate this. I talked about this early on in our non-conference. It wasn't easy, but those moments where we went through those hard times prepare us for these moments. And so definitely very, very proud of our group.
Coach, the team was down going into the half, 41-36. The team has a 1-6 record when trailing going into the half. So what were some of the talking points to get this team back into the game and completely come back?
Well, I thought the team did a good job of talking to themselves. You know, they were going through the hallway making their points. They were very positive with each other. You know, I think the biggest thing is that they cut into the deficit. You know, there was double digits and we got it, you know, back to single digits. So it wasn't a lot of talking that I needed to do, our staff needed to. We made a couple of adjustments and things that we already knew, but it was all on them. I thought that they did a good job of holding each other accountable and coaching each other. They all saw their different points from their own lenses, and they put that together. So I have to give credit to them. They grew up right in front of my eyes tonight with that.
And Coach, there was moments, like you mentioned, holding each other accountable. Avery was talking to some of the teammates. Just talk about the graduate leadership, the senior leadership that you have on this team, and able to relieve some pressure off of you.
Mm-hmm. Well, top heavy. I mean, not with just Avery and Coy. I mean, look to my left and my right. It's the same. I mean, a lot of players that have a lot of experience, and sometimes in a moment, it's not always about what the coach has to say. You know, they tune me out a lot, and I understand that too as well. Sometimes they got to be able to listen to each other, and so I thought it was big. You know, and the big thing I thought was huge was the eye contact. The eye contact. I think they acknowledged each other. Sometimes, you know, that doesn't happen. They could have folded. I think we had a moment where, hey, they got into each other on the bench. We need that. Tough teams, great teams do that. And so I thought it was big. The accountability piece, the leadership piece is not just coming from two, it's coming from our top heavy led group. And I expect them to do that every night.
Taliyah, you finished with 24 points on the night, tying your season high. What were you seeing out there that enabled you to have one of your best scoring nights this season?
Well, I think just being able to have a bunch of people who know how to pass the ball, know how to get me in my spots, know how to get me open, seeing me when I'm open, especially when they're in a zone and you're leaving the corners kind of open. I feel like my teammates did a good job at like getting me the ball, and I just have to be the one to knock them down. So I'm really proud of this team and what we were able to accomplish tonight. So.
This goes for both of you, being guards, playing a team so scrappy and likes to get after it. How does that improve you guys individually and as a team going forward?
Go ahead.
When you play a scrappy team like that, you're going to make some mistakes, but you can't hold your head. You got to have next play mentality. So I think that's what our whole team did. When we saw one teammate get down, we all lifted each other up.
Yeah, I also think it's a big thing just knowing that, like, no matter what happens, I still got, 12 other people behind me who are hyping me up or making sure that I know that I'm okay. And just being a guard, just knowing that I can handle the ball. We do ball handling before the game every day or every game day, whatever. So we know we can handle the ball, and it doesn't matter what everybody's doing around us. As long as we handle us, that's all that matters. So.
And Coach, I wanted to ask you about players coming off the bench like Callie, Zoe, much needed minutes. All of them. Coming off the bench, giving you obviously you guys were down Nia today. Just talk about their production tonight and how much you needed that tonight.
Yeah, so I mean, if you look at it, I mean, we pretty much were down. I mean, we had some, like I said, some things in house that affected that, but. I think that one thing I've always talked about is our bench production, right? And that they play a vital role of what we do in our success. It's not just those starters. And I thought they did a really good job. I mean, Aubrey Reed, who, has probably missed, the last, I don't even know, probably 8 to 10 games. Just because, dealing with, some things with it her personally. And so I think she responded. She's always been ready for a moment. That's what I talk to our kids about. And I think that's one thing that's so great about her is that she's just such a great teammate. And her basketball IQ and her ability to just make plays. She just made vital plays. And to be perfect and do what she did, it speaks volumes. Maria has been consistent with that off the bench, and so that's something I think she has bought into her role and understands what she's got to provide for us off the bench. Zoe Nelson and I had a conversation, and I just asked what I need from her, and I thought she responded to the challenge. And sometimes you need to be able to do that as a player, right? When it's not going your way. And I thought she just did a good job walking in, Coach, what do I need to do to help my team? And she did that. And so I think that was really big. And Callie the same way. They're great people. And sometimes I think a lot of people miss the point when you have great people around you. It's easy to coach that. It's easy. And so, that's the one thing I do love about this group. And these moments we can always reflect back on because these things are going to pay off for us in the long run.
Mm-hmm. And lastly, I wanted to touch on Utah Valley scoring 52 points in the paint. Mm-hmm. It seemed like they were just at some points just getting whatever they wanted in the paint and caused some frustration. So talk about how going forward you can stop some teams getting into the paint.
Well, we weren't tough enough. I'm going to be honest with you. We defend better than that. And we didn't defend how we needed to tonight. And, that's just what we accept. But I thought when we needed to make plays, we did. And this group knows that. We've got to be able to adjust and understand that our biggest thing is that to be able to defend and keep the ball in front of us, they just was tougher than us at that point. But like I said before, we made plays when we needed to. We got to the free throw line and converted when we needed to. And so sometimes when the game goes, you look at stats and some things are glaring. But what you want to look at is at the end of the box scores is that you have more points than the other team.
When you talk about resilience, it was kind of like the definition of tonight. Mm-hmm. They tried to press you early and try to get you guys rattled. And you guys went down 12. Mm-hmm. Taliyah, I want to ask you, and Asspen, I want to ask you as well. What was your mindset going into that third and fourth quarter? You're down 0-5 on fouls, and you needed big shots. What was your mindset of going into making big shots? Mm-hmm. And for you, Asspen, what was your mindset of going to fulfilling the bigger role that you've seen this season?
Yeah, so knocking down big shots is something that I just do. My teammates have so much confidence in me. Avery, Zoe, Coy, all 12 of them. Every time, if I don't shoot a shot and I'm open, they're so mad at me. So honestly, it's like instilled in me, like big moments. I'm made for big moments. And I don't think being down 12, there was no doubt in any of us. We knew what we had to do to get back in. We had to be aggressive, especially with the fouls being 0-5. So we just started attacking, and there was no doubt in any of us, and we were just all just lifting each other up, so we knew what we had to do.
Yeah, to build off that, in the third and fourth quarter, it didn't matter how much we were down. Every time we came in that huddle, we knew who was going to be on top at the end. You're not going to make one 12-point play. We knew we had to chip back one play at a time, so we just believed in each other, shared the ball, and came out on top.
I also think we did a better job in the second half of locking down and guarding. I think in the first half we allowed too many shots, too many threes, too many people getting downhill, and we were fouling a lot in the first half, and I feel like in the second we turned that around and we got stops, and that's why we kept chipping away at the lead, and then it eventually caught up and we were on top. So.
Asspen. So started off the year kind of slow, going into conference play, so you're picking it up offensively. Talk about finding your role offensively on the team and just growing in that role.
Yeah. It's my senior year. Patience is a big thing for me, so I've just stuck to it. I had a conversation with Coach, went really well. I just want to help my team out. We have a lot of good players on this team. That's why we're going to be really good. That's why we are really good. I think it's just trusting my role in continuing to build off what I've been doing and just helping my team. Like I said, we have so many major pieces to this team, so whoever you throw out there, we're going to give it our all.
I also think Aspen's been here before. She's been in the WAC. She knows what she needs to do. So we trust that she's going to do that, and she does.
Yeah,
she did a great job.
The coaching staff and the players have always instilled confidence in me too. So, like I said, just being patient and getting into my role.
All right,
Thank you.